Hello, good morning. I'm Shikaina Denise Bonifacio, and I will be doing a return demo or a recorded message or recorded return demo of the incident command system. First in the checklist, we have RO or the responsible officer calls the incident commander before and after the incident. In this step, responsible officer serves as the link to higher authorities, and this step the RO introduces the scene to the incident commander who will be in charge of the operations. Another step that falls under the mitigation is the incident commander receives delegation of authority. In this, we have the IC recognizes its role and authority as the head of the system of operations. On the third step, we have the IC forms or meets the incident management team, or which we called IMT. The IMT will consist of command and general staff, wherein in command staff will consist of public information officer, liaison, and safety officer. On the other hand, general staff will consist of operation section chief, planning section chief, logistics section, finance and admin section. And the main difference of these two are the command system are more on the linkages and the other is more on the technical operation. The fourth step under mitigation, IMT devises or develops incident action plan. Then in this action plan, the incident management team creates an incident action plan to strategically manage and respond to an incident. This plan outlines specific objectives, strategies, and tactics for a set of operational period, ensuring efficient use of resources and coordination among responders. Last step that falls under mitigation is the AIP approved by the incident commander and responsible officer. Once the AIP has been finalized, it will be forwarded to higher authorities for approval. Now we come to the preparedness section. The sixth step is the check-in of all needed resources and equipment stated on the IAP. Okay, and this involves verifying that all personnel, equipment, and other resources listed in the incident action plan have arrived at the incident site. Tapos, it ensures that everything necessary to the response is present and accounted for, allowing the incident management team to proceed with implementing the incident action plan efficiently and effectively. The seventh step, presentation of the modular organizational structure. This also serves as the introduction of the skeleton of the team and operations. So let us enumerate each. We have the IC or the incident commander, which receives the authority from the responsible officer and sets incident objectives. He or she also leads the tactical incident response, and ang nagiging incident commander is automatically the first responder. Next, we have the command staff. We have the PIO, which is the focal person for information dissemination, and he or she works closely with the PIOs and media. Then we have liaison officer, which is the contact point for representatives of assisting and cooperating agencies. Next, we have the safety officer, anticipates and detects and corrects unsafe situations. So may emergency authority siya na magpa-stop ng isang operation that is unsafe to the person and the victims. Now, let's proceed to the general staff. First, sa operations. This direct execution of all tactical operation, usually the first organization assigned to the incident, headed by an operation section chief. Then we have the planning, collect, evaluates, and processes information, develops incident action plan, maintains situation and resource status, headed by planning section chief. Then we have the logistics, provides resources and other services to support the responders. This is headed by logistics section chief, and then finance administration monitors incident cost, maintain financial records, administer procurement contracts, perform time recordings headed by a finance or admin section chief. Then intelligence and investigation, this is more on sa response na i-investigate yung scene, yung mismong event na nangyari. Then the 8th step in this checklist that also falls under preparedness, we have the presentation of all general staff and team leaders. Yung general staff is yun yung mga nabanggit ko na mga chief. Ayan. Then, in presentation of all the general staff and team leaders, each member is introduced with a focus on their roles, responsibilities, and contribution to the organization. Next step is the preposition of all needed equipment according to the incident action plan. The preposition of all needed equipment according to the incident action plan involves identifying the required resources, acquiring and staging them at strategic locations, and distributing them to specific teams as outlined in the IAP. Then this ensures that all equipment is readily accessible and in working condition to support the incident response effectively. The next step is establishment and identification of bases and camps to be deployed. Incident command post, dito matatagpuan yung brain ng operation. Then we have the staging area, logistics, yan yung mga resources, yung mga. Now, let's proceed naman sa response. The step included here is activation of incident command post. Activating incident command post involves selecting a suitable location near the incident, setting up necessary communication and logistical support system, and staffing it with key personnel. So, ayun nga, nabanggit ko kanina na nandito na yung brain ng operations. And then we have the next step, issue command from incident commander to general staff and other resource to mobilize. Yan, issuing ang command from the incident commander to the general staff and other resources to mobilize involves the IC assessing the situation, defining clear objectives, and communicating detailed orders. Then, continuous monitoring and adjustments ensure a coordinated and effective response to the incident. We have the next step still included in the response section, proper accounting of all resource and equipment to be dispatched and issued. Proper accounting of all resources and equipment to be dispatched and issued involves systematically documenting and tracking each item. This includes recording details such as item descriptions, quantities, and etc. Regular updates and checks are conducted to verify the status and location of each resources. 14th step, we have observed proper tagging and victim accounting. Then, observing proper tagging and victim accounting is crucial in emergency situation for accurate identification and tracking of individuals. Each victim receives a unique tag or identifier upon assessment. So, it includes relevant information such as name, location, medical condition, and any treatment provided. Then, additionally, thorough documentation of all tagged individuals help maintain an accurate records of the victim, aiding in reunification efforts and providing essential data for post-incident analysis. Now we have the next step, proper turnover to treatment or morgue area. Proper turnover to treatment and morgue area involves a systematic process to ensure the efficient and respectful handling of the victims. So upon arrival sa treatment or morgue area, each victim is assessed and their tag or identifier is cross-checked with the documentation from the incident site. So throughout this process, clear communication and coordination among all involves an efficient, effective, and respectful handling of the situation. Next step naman is for those victims na kailangan ng treatment. So, the transport to medical facilities. Transporting individuals to medical facilities is a critical step in providing timely and appropriate care during emergencies. Yan. Once the victims are stabilized and assessed, they are carefully transported to the nearest medical facility, equipped to handle their specific needs. Then effective communication between EMS team and receiving hospitals ensures a seamless handover of patients upon arrival, maximizing the chances of positive outcomes for those in need of medical attention. 17th step, we have accounting of all resource and equipments. Accounting for all resource and equipment involves maintaining a comprehensive record of each item deployed and utilized during an operation incident. So, in this case, ma-maximize natin yung resources and equipment if thoroughly documented siya paglabas at pagpasok ng mga ito. Then, in this case naman, magagamit natin siya effectively and efficiently na kasyang-kasya sa pag-support doon sa incident. 18th step, debriefing for after operations and or next day operations. Debriefing after operations or in preparation for the next day's operation is a vital step in continuous improvement and effective incident management. By conducting thorough briefings, team can enhance their performance, optimize their strategies, and mitigate risk during future incidents. Now we have the last step under response, the mobilization readjustment of the structure. The mobilization and readjustment of the structure involves a systematic dismantling and reorganization of resources and personnel following the completion of an operation or incident. Demobilization and readjustment allow organizations to efficiently reallocate resources, resume normal activities, and prepare for future incidents. Now let's proceed to the last part of the cycle, which is the recovery. In this step, conduct intelligence, investigation, and research about the incident. Conducting intelligence and investigation into an incident involves gathering first-hand accounts, evidence, and data to understand its cause and impact. Through analysis and research, patterns and trends are identified, facilitating collaboration with relevant stakeholders to inform decision-making and improve response protocols. Now we have compilation of all data, statistics, and analysis of the disaster. The compilation of data, statistics, analysis of a disaster involves systematically gathering and organizing information related to the incident. Additionally, qualitative analysis may be conducted, and then this information serves as the valuable resource for stakeholders, enabling evidence-based decision-making, policy formulation, and continuous improvement in disaster management practices. Now we have the last step, schedule meeting for the improvement of the structure, incident action plan response, and other concerns. Scheduling a meeting for the improvement of the structure, incident action plan and response, and other concerns involves coordinating with relevant people to identify a suitable time and agenda. By scheduling this meeting, organizations demonstrate their commitment to continuous improvement and readiness in managing future incidents effectively. And that would be all for this Retdem or checklist. Thank you.